Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation today. Today we want to talk about a solution we are building, the legal access platform. And the aim of this solution is to try our best in removing any barrier which prevents users or victims of injustice in accessing legal or law advices. So the best way to start our presentation today is to go to the problem statement. So we go through market research processes and we found out that in the UK, a lot of people, especially in the low-income households or the lower income population, are facing a huge barrier when it comes to accessing legal and law advices or services. And there are two main barriers. The first one is knowledge gap. In this case, victims of injustice would either do not understand fully the rights they have or actions they can take due to knowledge reason or due to access reason, which then they can't take further actions to follow up with their problems. The second type of barrier is financial barrier. In this case, the victim clearly understands or with a basic understanding know what actions they can take. Alhowever, they are prevented to do so due to financial means. Let's go through a very clear example, a user journey. Meet Alberto. Alberto recently received his salary for a part-time job. He is working at a privately owned restaurant, but on the day he received his first paycheck, he realized that his salary is actually deducted without any prior notice from his employer, and also no clear reason was specified as to why his salary is deducted. So Alberto is feeling upset. He don't know what to do. He don't know if that's right or definitely not correct, but then he don't have a clear plan on how to resolve this. So like most people, including me, we would just go to the internet, do some research, and then Alberto came across this thing or this article called unlawful deduction of wages. So now Alberto understands he's actually in the right, but then he don't understand what actions he can take to claim his income back. And this is where we think our solution comes in. Legal Assistance Platform provides an end-to-end support and guidelines which accompanies the user, in this case the victim of injustice, from the very early questioning, understanding their situation, if they are right or wrong, or if they can, or any actions they can take to resolve their problems, through to the end of the journey, in which ideally there should be a mediation or there should be a case resolution. So I want to go through in better details what actually does a platform do for us. So there are three main steps that the platform is going through together with our user. The first thing we have to do clearly is help the client or the user understand their situation and then what problem they are facing. And given the problem they are facing, we go to the next step, which is to go through our database, go through the gov.uk legal documents, and then try to identify documents that are relevant and will be helpful for our user given the user's specific condition or problem. And once we have that clear knowledge on what are the actual actions we can take, we tell users what documents they can collect, and then we proceed to take actions. So coming back to the context for Alberto, the first thing Alberto can do is to go to our application, input his experience or questions he has. Then our platform will run through the algorithms and matches the best article that can help Alberto in his circumstances and educate him on his rights and documents he needs to have in order to take next steps. So once we go through the knowledge transfer, the upskilling, and documentation collection, we can then go to step 3, which is to help Alberto verify if his documents that he uploaded is good enough as evidence, and if it does, we can proceed to make the claim to employment tribunal. So I hope my high-level examples is helpful. What we'd like to do now is to go through the actual user journey in the application. So the first thing the user will see when they come to our platform, either through the internet browser or downloading the application to their phone, is a landing page. So users are welcome to sign in using the emails or Facebook, but then we understand there are cases where users require urgent help, and this is where the Get Help Now button comes in. So user can either log in or use the Get Help Now button, which skips the login bit and provide the search and help functions immediately. Both buttons will take them to the next page, which is the home page. On this site, the user have three options, which first one, ask their questions now, or they can check their inbox, which we'll go through much later when they start engaging with law firms. Law firms can then contact them through on-platform messages. Also, user can have the option of uploading documents, and if they did, they can then access the documents from here. So now let's go back to the context with Alberto. Let's say he's very interested in understanding what are the actions he can take and what are the rights he have in this case, so he chooses to ask a question now. Now, Alberto has two options. He can key in the text for the question he has, or he can record his own verbal messages, which can then be processed by our voice to text technology, which can then be used to make the query. So let's say Alberto click on Ask Now, which prompts our platform to go through our algorithm and matches the best article to Alberto. So our platform went through the documents we have, our knowledge base, and the Gov.uk website, and then we understand that actually the unlawful deduction of wages is illegal, and in this case it's very clear that Alberto is a victim, and then the actions he can take, and also what other actions he can take is to make an employment tribunal claim. So in this case, we now present Alberto with three next steps to take, or three options of button. The first one is to help Alberto understand what are the documents required to make this claim. And once he knows them, he can click on the upload documents button, which allows Alberto to upload the documents he has, which would then go through an automated verification process to make sure documents are real and then good enough to be used as evidence. And once these two boxes are ticked, Alberto can then be prompted to take action, which is the green button. So let's say what happens when Alberto click on the View Required Documents button. So this is a page which will pop up when Alberto clicks on it, asking him to upload the payment slip. It's pending upload, so it's not verified yet. But then Alberto has filled in the tribunal claim form, which being shown here is upload complete. Now we're going through the text input box verification to make sure the form is being populated correctly. So now we've gone through the first use case for Alberto, which is a much simpler example, and it's great because it's resolvable entirely on the platform itself. We do not have to engage with any third-party company or any legal firms. In this case, Alberto come to our application platform, key his question, learn about what rights he has and what actions he can take, and then what documents he needs. And the third action, Alberto uploads document, verify they are valid, and then proceed to make a claim. So let's say now we want to go for another example, a much more complex example. Let's say I'm Maria. I'm experiencing domestic abuse from my partner, and I want to know what are the actions I can take to overcome this situation, and then what evidence do I need to provide to prove that I'm actually going through domestic abuse. Same button, click on Ask Now. Our platform then goes through our algorithm, finds the best article, provide in a very succinct and a very consolidated manner to help out. In this case, there's a lot of information. We try to make it as simple as possible, as clear and concise as possible for our user. In this case, now Maria will understand actually there are a list of documents she can start collecting, which can then be used to make a claim. So let's say Maria, I've gone through the list of documents required, I've uploaded my documents, or I'm going through the document collecting process. What our platform allows Maria to do is to engage with legal firms simultaneously. So instead of waiting for all the documents are collected and then reach out to law firms or legal assistance centers, we provide this platform. Our platform provides users with the capability to reach out simultaneously. So once I click on the Take Action, Engage with Legal Advice button, I'll be taken to the next page, which is the Legal Advisor's recommendation page. Our platform went through rating processes and then sort and filter the list of law firms that has been identified as being very strong or dominant in cases where domestic abuse and divorce is involved. So our platform runs our algorithm, present the user, Maria in this case, with the top 6 recommended law firms. And over here, Maria has the option of keying in any law firm she is very keen to engage with, which are not being shown at the moment. However, the best thing that this platform allows the user to do is to engage with multiple law firms as soon as possible. So while doing our user research, we realized in the current status, a user or a victim of injustice has to repeat the same process of writing, calling, and texting different law firms in order to start the relationship of the victim and the lawyer. In this case, all Maria has to do is to tap on the icon for each law firm, such as Citizen Advice, Slater and Gordon LLP. Once Maria click on them, an automated message will then be sent to the law firms, and the message will contain the summarized scenario, problems, and desire of our user in terms of what they are trying to resolve. Of course, all this information are only shared based on consent from the user. So once user Maria in this case tap on the icons, then all Maria needs to do now is to focus on collecting documents she needs and wait for the law firms to contact her. So once new message has been received, Maria can then see in her application that, hey, message from Citizens Advice say, hi Maria, we can help. Or message from Slater and Gordon LLP, hi Maria, we're keen to assist you in your case. So what we are very proud of this platform is it makes the request for help process much more seamless compared to the current status where the same repetitive process has to be repeated, and then the same documents have to be shared with different parties, making the process very confusing and complex. With our singular legal assistant platform, we're able to provide our users, in this case victims of injustice, a much clearer, guidelined, supported journey from queries, questions stage to the documents collection stage, and hopefully to the resolution stage. Thank you for going through the user journey with us. We hope after going through high-level user journey and then now the concrete user journey through the application pages, you get a much better understanding of what our platform is trying to achieve. And what I'll do next is to go through our monetization idea. So first of all, this is a legal project which aims at helping the underserved community, so we are definitely not charging victims of injustice to access our platform. We will then charge legal advisors such as law firms or solicitors to access our client base, in this case victims of injustice, by charging the law firms commission between 5% and 50% if the legal advisor does end up acquiring clients from our network. We also rank our law firms based on reviews and rating, but then we provide the option for the law firms to contact our users directly by charging law firms a predetermined amount of fees. Moreover, we can also collect the information about user journeys, demographic distribution of law cases, or geographical distribution of legal issues. These are all very important data points which can be collected and analyzed and used as insights to help the government or help companies to make better services to our end users in the future. So all these are very important data products which can be used to collaborate with government or be offered to research and market intelligence companies. So these are ideas in terms of how do we sustain our platform by providing a free service to victims of injustice, which is our main and primary users, while at the same time maintaining a healthy cash flow and help to build a sustainable system. So thank you very much for going through the presentation with us. We really hope to keep this project going. In terms of milestones, we hope by December 2019 we have a web application to be ready, which allows users to initial query for their problems, and then the query can be used to match or filter through using our algorithm to go through a set of legal documents regarding the user's query. It could be tenancy laws, it could be employment law, it could be divorce or domestic abuse legal documents. And by June 2020, we hope to make our voice technology at a performing functional state. And in October 2020, we hope to increase our base user to 200 or more victims of injustice, and by then hopefully we have signed on 90 law firms. In December 2020, we hope to have gathered enough complete journey from victim of injustice onboarding to the remediation or case resolution stage, and hopefully by December 2020 we would have collected enough user journeys which can then be used to mine and build a much better recommendation engine. So thank you very much for going through the presentation with us. We hope you have gathered a much better understanding of what we are trying to build and what service we are trying to deliver. If you do have any questions, please reach out to us. We are Winston Koh from Imperial College, working as a data scientist, and Ryan Tan from University College London, working as a software engineer. So thank you again for listening to our presentation and hope to hear from you in the future. Thank you.